Oh, hello there. Just caught me doing a bit of spinning. Viking doing spinning, or a Saxon? Why is that? Well, unlike today, we can't just go down to a popular chain of clothing people and just buy a pair of trousers. The trousers I'm wearing would have about 13 miles of thread. You heard me, 13 miles of thread. To do this, you need to spin. So, let me explain what I have here. This is called a drop spindle, which has a spindle at the top and a weight. You thread up your fleece, which is taken from a sheep, and then you spin it, and as you spin it, you have a thin thread. This is the thread you're going to make your cloth with. Now, they also liked colours. Colours, as we said in previous stories, had meaning. So, what do? Well, you use vegetable dyes and soils and earth from the earth. Okay, I've got my fleece. How did I get it? Let me just wind this up for a minute and I'll tell you. Everybody, by the way, had to do spinning. Now then, I'll just put it down here. The fleece. First of all, you have your sheep. The sheep is sheared by hand, by means of shears, and is then washed in water. Pretty much like you wash your pullover, your favourite pullover. It's then combed, and eventually this is what you get. This is washed fleece, but it's still pretty greasy, and that's what you want. It's called lanolin. So how do you get started? Well, first of all, you tease as it is and twist like this. It's the lanolin that holds it all together. So I pull again, and sometimes it snaps. People often wonder, you know, why Lancashire, places like that, flourished in the industrial age with spinning. Well, it's a simple reason. It was wet and damp. This is hard work in hot, sunny, dry weather because the fleece just snaps. If it's damp, yes, it'll still snap, as I'm sure it'll do when we get back to this, but you just twist it together, and Robert's your father's brother, as they say. You have a fleece. It's not only sheepskin that was done, linen. Now, linen is a whole different ball game. It's made from a plant. It's very, very fine and very, very strong, but it's very, very hard to spin. Now, this is the typical type of material that the everyday person would have. It's popularly called herringbone. This is very accurate actually, because when I was digging in York, we found a herringbone material. It was black. Don't let anybody tell you they didn't have black. They did. Otherwise, I mean, monks for a start, some orders of monks, I think Benedictines, had black fleeced sheep and made robes out of them, very fine ones too. So we've got the traditional tweed and a lighter material, linen. I have actually tried spinning linen and my fingers bled. That's how hard it is to do it. And as you tease out, you get a very fine, strong thread, but the bit you've got holding the main piece tightens up. It's like a cricket ball when you've finished. I think the easiest I've ever done is a goat hair. Not the kind of goat that you see zipping around. It's one of these South American jobbies, and it was very fine, very soft, and I could have kept spinning that for ages. And they also, I mean, you can only, this is how people see the traditional Vikings in the oldie films, you know, looking a bit like Hagar the Horrible. These are more use. as floor coverings, keeping out. Yes, you could make clothing out of it. Ragnar Lothbrok, Ragnar Hairy Breeks, had goat skin trousers by his wife, and it was made from, I think this is goat skin, yeah. And not only was it leather, she had them tarred. How he moved in them I do not know, but who am I to argue?
Might have been a bit squeaky.
Might set still and can't move at all. But hey ho, perhaps it was...
Who's not squeaking? It's Ragnar.
Ragnar Squeaky Breeks. So those are some of the materials. Goat hair actually is fine, it's really nice. So let's get back to making this. There is a whole tradition related to spinning. Everybody had to spin their quota, and that includes your big fancy warriors. And the housewife had a social rank. She checked all of the spinning, and if it wasn't up to standard, she'd crack you one round the head. And by sheer nature, single women tended to spin a lot more than married women, and they became known as spinsters. You see, it all works out in the end. Let's hope this does. Now I'm going to have a go at spinning. Don't laugh, because I try my best. And yeah, so we drop it and spin it, and there we go. You've got to keep it spinning and in the same direction. Yeah, I can't help feeling this is going to end in tears, but oh, there you go. Now you see it's parted, so what we do, we spin it and we twist it through, and it's dropped. Well, anyway, this is not difficult. It's not rocket science, although I make it look difficult. And if you want to have a go, I'm sure there are people near you who do sheep fleeces, and I'm sure there are craft centres that will teach you how to do it. You know what? Have a go. You never know. You could be an expert spinner. And it's right that we should keep these crafts going, because it only takes one generation to ignore a skill, and that's lost. And the world has lost a great deal. You can even buy in certain shops original weights for the Saxon or Viking, because there's a lot of them about. They're not worth a lot of money, but it'd be nice if you could get hold of them. And I'm sure one of these multinational computer places that sell stuff, no names, no Patron, would be able to get you some. Or troll around the antique shops. You never know. Just look for a stone or clay or even metal weight with a hole through it. And anyway, till we meet again, happy spinning.